Hopefully
Alright, we got
Assassin's
this.
Creed is going now as well, with better audio levels. I hope.
Oh, he's here. Shit.
Can I make it have
Guys, stop. He's gonna steal our
subtitles?
eggs. Okay, good.
I'll
Answer
switch over
is
to Assassin's
no.
Creed so I can see how these audio levels are supposedly doing. Oh wait, it's probably on.
I linked it in the IRC.
Use the scholars you have rescued to pass unnoticed into guarded areas.
For the record, I've boosted my desktop audio filter in OBS by as much as it will allow me to boost.
I'll have to wait until this loading Animus screen is done to hear actual audio from the game. Altair is just running in circles.
This is some real
Something kinda weird.
Resident Evil fixed camera angles garbage.
It's quite all right. Yes, you've never been
Let
one
me
for
out.
a creed, have you? Is that all? I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget myself. What business brings you to the mass? A man named Tamir. Al-Muallim takes issue with the work he does. I meant to end it. Now tell me where to find him. Surely you remember how to track an enemy. Of course. Learn where he will be and when. But that sort of work is best left for...
Why can't I? Why do all of my buttons just change the camera?
Determine what he's planning.
Oh wait, this guy's talking apparently.
Preparation makes the victor. What can
He was
you
definitely
tell me?
making some mouth motions at you. He's gesturing.
Yep.
Soup district should be your destination.
I can't hear what he's saying, but he's saying something.
A small
I also can't hear what he's saying, so you know,
east, and in the gardens
got that going for us.
focus on these places.
It's probably not important.
Probably not.
I assume you want me to return to you when this is done.
What even was the plot of this game?
Come back to me. I'll give you
They still had the Animus thing, but
Yep.
like,
Tamir's life.
So I'm an assassin, and something went horribly wrong, and then I got kind of excommunicated, and now I have to work my way back up.
Enemies are too close. My door will remain closed.
you got like excommunicated, but then they let you back in at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah,
To bring the enemy
It's like
inside would
you just
compromise the
you got
process.
demoted. You're
Yes.
a beat cop.
Off you go.
I have to work the arson desk because I.
Yeah.
Whoa. Camera, please.
Should not have banged that Templar chick.
That's a different game.
Oh. Which one?
Uh,
One of them.
Black Flag, I think, has, or no, I think it's actually 3, except it's banging that Templar dude. Which, I mean, to be fair, that Templar dude is pretty
Oh,
hot.
goody. Double Mistler is spawning at the same time.
Nice.
That Templar dude is way better than the assassin in that game. Don't pay that one any mind.
Well, we'll find out when you play that game.
Yeah, we'll find out when we get there. I hope.
I disagree wholly with that situation.
One of the things that I've got to remember is that these old Assassin's Creed games, newer ones, there's less of a difference between holding the run button and the jump thing and not, and just holding the run, and that
Yeah, in the other games, it's like it's basically just a parkour button at that point. Like it just
Yeah.
kind of does everything.
Aw.
And in this one, it's you have to do 2 parkour buttons. You have to hold down the right trigger and the A button. I think it's like that up until maybe Black Flag. 3 or Black Flag, I think.
Yeah, I don't really remember how it was in Brotherhood, but I remember it still being fairly easy to get around.
I want to say 3 was maybe the first one where they had the parkour up and parkour down button.
Parkour down seems dangerous. I don't know why. It makes me nervous to think about. I do not like to quickly descend.
Let's save some citizens.
It's called parkour down. It's called gravity.
No, that's your name.
True.
Ba-dum-bum.
That's because I'm good at parkour in one direction.
Oh yeah, climbing towers, unlocking stuff.
Too
I'm also
close
good
to
at,
begin
at one direction.
interrogation.
I have a cover album.
I'm really
Shouldn't I
loud.
have a cover album? Am I really loud?
Are you really loud? Who's saying you're really loud?
I just heard. I just heard really loud from you.
No. You don't seem very loud. You seem like normal. You do not seem loud or quiet. Firmly in the middle somewhere.
You can adjust my individual volume in Discord.
Yep.
I mean, my microphone is like maximum volume, but I'm not clipping. That's the important thing.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's clipping. Why is that guy so angry? Why don't you, go... Oh, you're following me. Oh, no. No, okay, yeah, now you're not following me. Yeah, just go into this weird alley after you yell at a guy. It's fine.
Everyone loves weird alleys.
Ow! Dude's got a
Button. I'm
He's got a
expecting you to
right
like
hook for days.
take out some fruit.
Pity. There's no reason to let you live if you've nothing to offer in return.
Those assassin smoothies.
Oh, his arms are going inside of me.
Yeah.
Ah!
Didn't even buy you a drink.
What of it? They're meant for Salah ad-Din.
This is the Middle East. People don't drink there.
Help you.
Oh.
Listen, not Salahadin. They're for someone else. The crests these arms bear, they are different.
Dude, you're
Time period does this game in again?
1100s.
But I know not.
One of the
Hundreds?
1100s. One of the Crusades.
I've told you everything I know.
Oh, that was weirdly laggy.
Whoop! I stabbed that man.
Also, to be fair, he could have bought you a non-alcoholic beverage.
True.
Just, anything. Something fruity.
In
As long as you're not sticking your arm through people.
in the Formula One, when they do races in like Bahrain or I think it's just Bahrain is the only real Middle East race they have. Instead of champagne on the podiums, they do rosewater.
Ooh, fancy. I mean, champagne is probably fancier, but whatever. Rosewater just sounds pretty.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would drink rosewater. I've had champagne. I'm not a huge fan.
Oh,
I've
I mean, I'm with you, but I'm not a fan of alcohol, period, so...
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I like
Living the CM Punk lifestyle.
some alcohol. I like a nice, hard cider.
I'm firmly straight edge.
Yeah, I don't think I've had cider before. I mean, I've had, I think I've had champagne when I was at a wedding last year, and then I've tried beer a few times, and wine once or twice, and none of those really did it for me.
I only ever tried beer as a child. Didn't like it.
I like root beer.
Yeah, root beer's great.
Okay.
Root beer's amazing.
Birch beer
I didn't
is
like it
also
when I was
really
younger.
good.
I like that there's at least one food thing TFP and I agree on.
Doing that Assassin's Creed thing where you climb the tower and then you jump off the tower.
It's fun.
It is.
It's in every open world game, but I don't mind because it's still pretty fun.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, even if it was not an objective in an open world game, I would probably climb a tower and then jump off it anyways, because it's cool.
Altair, you're too high.
Man, I never watched Power Rangers when it was, when I was a kid and it was airing. I mean, it's still airing, but
Well, yeah.
I'm glad I watched that Twitch marathon, so I have, the cultural touchstone there.
You've learned a thing or two about why we're so messed up.
Yeah.
Because that's what we grew up on, was people in colorful outfits fighting pig monsters and beating it with spicy food. Honestly, all that marathon
And
taught
Power
me
Rangers
was that,
being
that show
put
was
into
way
a pizza
weirder.
in an oven by a horrible Italian stereotype monster.
Yes.
There was also that horribly stereotypical food fair thing they had.
Yes.
Was it the American food, like burgers or something?
Yeah, and I tried to remember what they called like the foreign food. It was like
Yeah, I just learned that Power Rangers was a lot weirder than I remember it being as a child.
Uh-huh.
Which is funny because I remember it being pretty fucking weird. I had a toy of that pig monster, actually. But I actually wanted the toy of the eyeball monster. I could never find him, though. I just got the pig. Well, the pig and the Megazord. I explicitly went out and bought, like, all of the individual Zords that you could combine into the giant Megazord. Because that thing was cool as fuck.
yeah, I wasn't really much of like an action figure type
No, I
guy.
had a lot of toys. I had like a giant wooden toy chest full of stuff that I would just straight up sleep in and wake up with an alien queen stuck in my back, but it was okay. I like my action figures a lot.
And I had this like wooden train thing. I want to say was that Brio?
Well, I had a lot of toys, and I had like the Ghostbusters like firehouse like set that was like as tall as I was as a child. So it was just like, no, all of my toys are going to get in the Ghostbusters firehouse and beat the crap out of each other.
Sure.
My sister has the Ghostbusters firehouse thing. Is this the thing? Yeah, this is the thing.
It was a simpler time back then. I had like 4 Batman. I had the Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze.
And then little did you know that would become the canon.
Well, I didn't have any Jokers.
Oh, that's, fair. Oh, speaking of Batman, apparently the Telltale thing comes out like this coming Tuesday or something.
Good, I can't wait for you to play it.
That's not gonna happen.
Like there's another season of that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently the Joker and the Riddler are the thing now. And maybe somebody else, I don't fucking know.
Is this TFP's in Act 2?
No.
He didn't commit to playing more of it.
Or in Act 2 until people like started bugging me nonstop.
That's true
Playing
in
more than
terms
That's
of.
fair.
I was about to say they're like, well, let's not go down this road because technically Grav didn't commit to anything about Knack 2.
I blame Canada.
I mean, someone has to play Knack 2. Grav might be the only person on the planet who does.
Who loves Knack for some reason.
I don't think they exist.
They
I don't think anyone loves
they,
Knack.
they absolutely do.
I refuse to believe it.
There are
I think they're
people-
in on the joke.
There are people who, because I want to say that Knack and
Here's the
Super
thing
Mario
about
3D
NeoGAF.
World came
NeoGAF is
out-
never in on the joke. NeoGAF is always serious.
Like, because didn't Super Mario 3D World and Knack come out the same year? And I distinctly remember NeoGAF topics talking about how Knack was way better than Super Mario World or Super Mario 3D World.
That much.
I think I said Super Mario 64 also. Don't mind me.
You are climbing a lot of towers.
This is my secret in that this is how I play Assassin's Creed games, is that as soon as they give me the option to climb towers, I climb all of the towers.
Just get the whole map.
Just get the whole map.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not a bad way to play. I always prefer to do it a little bit more sporadically. It's like Breath of the Wild, where I like actually followed roads and like went from like settlement to settlement instead of just running across mountains like an asshole. Which is not the way that anyone else played that game, to my knowledge.
I don't think I really did anything too crazy as far as just I'm gonna climb this mountain. So I was lazy and wanted to avoid rain, so I kind of stuck to lowlands.
Rain is the worst. I think the funniest thing to me was me and my cousin were both playing through at the same time, so his experience getting into Zora's Domain was like this huge ordeal of trying to find a way to bullshit his way up the mountain with the rain constantly pouring. It took him like all day to do it, and then I just walked up the road and went in the front door.
That's how I did it.
Yeah,
It
going in the front door
works.
is easy.
Yeah.
It's nice. You meet that dude on the way, and he's cool. And he's like, hey, come into the friggin' Zora's Domain. It's awesome. You get to see that really cool bridge.
Come hang out.
Yeah. Get this cool blue outfit that unfortunately has terrible armor. That is maybe my one complaint with Breath of the Wild, is armor matters way too much in that game.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to just wear cool looking stuff, and I did. The armor set I had looked cool, but I wanted to wear the Zora stuff.
So I feel like I was able to kind of strike the right balance between, okay, I need some armor that is functional and armor that is cool, because I just seeked out all of the upgrade spots and then
I got to them eventually.
Made my Sheikah outfit have crazy armor level.
Yeah, I ended up going with a full set of just the guard armor, but with the helmet replaced with the Traveler's Hood. It worked out surprisingly well. I looked fairly cool. I had a hood. That's really all that matters. The hood was the important part.
Yeah, fair.
I sacrificed some defense to look cool, which is never a bad trade.
Alternately, you know, you could have gone with the, what's it? Oh, the luchador outfit.
I got that, but I never upgraded it.
Oh, it's fun.
I mean, it looked cool, but like by that point in the game, there was not really a purpose to me upgrading anything but the armor set I was using.
Yeah.
Also, I was busy trading in all of my luminous stones to get more diamonds from that Zora dude.
Fair.
Because I wanted to be able to repair all of those spiffy, unique weapons I got. Which I never ended up using a single time.
I broke all of them, and then everyone was super unhappy with me, and I was like, well, you know...
Maybe you should have made them indestructible.
Yeah.
I got Breath and I have the expansion because those were part of my Wii bundle, but I mean my Switch bundle, but those are very low on my playlist in terms of priority.
Every once in a while I'll be like, should I, you know, should I pick up the expansion pass for that? And I go,
The only thing about it that seems cool to me is like the sword trials thing. That seems fun. My cousin went ahead and bought it because he's way into that, and it seems alright, but like that Master Quest mode, it just seems needlessly difficult in a lot of ways. Like the enemies have regenerating health in that, and they basically got rid of all of the low-level enemies and replaced them with the higher version. Like you basically can't find the red versions of any enemy. They start at blue.
I remember the defense button. It's
Your map is going crazy with icons.
It is. Well, If we want to talk about some crazy map icons, we'll get there. I will tell you that for free.
Did you just slash that guy like in the neck and he just shoved you and pointed at you?
Yeah.
A little bit. Don't worry about it.
It was pretty
That
rude
guy
to
just
slash that
slashed
guy
me
in the
with a
neck.
sword.
Yeah, what a dick. If he does it again, it'll be a serious offense.
He's wearing some
Everybody
kind of,
gets one free slash.
He's wearing
Fair
some
enough.
kind of dumb-looking hoodie. What kind of jerk?
Yeah, who
Like,
wears
this
a-
is like the only game in the series where you actually blend in with anyone, isn't it?
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
this is the
God.
only one where that outfit makes sense.
Well, yeah, because they're like weird, like roaming bands of, like priests that wear similar-ish outfits.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, you can kind of blend in with those guys, that makes sense. But, like, I remember in Brotherhood, like, I explicitly made my outfit as gaudy as possible.
Yeah.
I had, like, black and gold robes with, like, a red inner cape or something weird like that. I basically looked like fucking Alucard walking around.
Nice.
I looked rad as fuck. Didn't blend in at all, but, I mean, who cares? It's not
That
what I'm
assa-
there for.
Assassin shield dashing.
I will also get this out of the way, you know, super early here. Can I not? Oh God. Excuse me, sir. Sir, I need you to stop beating up this citizen.
Please stop that.
We are not going to 100% any of these games because we're not crazy.
You're not a masochist.
But we'll
What that
do.
entails.
There are. Ow.
Oh, collect all these 100 flags. Go find some feathers.
Yeah, go find a bunch of feathers, etc. We're not going to do that part. We're
I was
probably
gonna
gonna
ask, do you have the like hidden blades or hidden blade singular or whatever?
So in this game, you can't use them in combat, I believe is the secret.
Okay. I
Unlike-
remember that being a thing. Like,
Like-
I think they mentioned that in like Brotherhood, where they're like, "Yo, there's a better hidden blade or something."
Well, it's in 2 is where it kind of becomes its own
you are
weapon.
dead.
Yeah. Because I don't have a counter, and this really sucks.
Yeah, seems like it would. This does seem much clunkier than what I remember from Brotherhood, and I knew the combat improved between games. But
The combat improved up until that one game where it didn't, and then it got way better after that.
which one was the one where it didn't, for the record?
Unity.
Okay, figures.
We will have much to talk about how much Unity does wrong.
I mean, basically everything, right?
Basically everything.
How was the multiplayer co-op mode in that thing?
I
'Cause wasn't
never,
that like one of the
that
things they were
that
selling it
was
on?
the selling point was, yo, you can do it with your buds. And I didn't have friends who had it because I'm the only person in this world who likes Assassin's Creed anymore. That I know of, at least. And so when I tried to do like a co-op mission with a random dude on the internet, I was trying to do it not super stealthily, but, you know, vaguely stealthily. And he just ran face first into every enemy. And it was just like, well, I don't know what I expected. But so yeah, the Unity multiplayer not great.
Is that what
which
co-op Metal Gear is like?
I can only imagine. Well, no, because Peace Walker is actually a whole lot of fun in co-op.
Your allies just running right into the enemy all the time.
Excuse me, sir. I saved you.
All the city will know of your
I will say, I actually like the. I think it was Assassin's Creed that kind of started it. The like Batman style rhythm combat almost of just like
Yeah.
button prompts appear over dudes and you hit the button to wail on them.
This was kind of the first one, and then I want to say Arkham Asylum really kind of
Yeah, like kind of took that and ran with it in a different, slightly different direction. But like, I remember, like Brotherhood kind of being the first game I played that had that,
Yeah.
and I kind of knew it came from this series, from what I remember. But I actually really like that combat style. Like it, as many problems as the Arkham games have, that is a like gameplay style that works really well for a Batman game.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same, but I feel like the genesis of this combat was probably the PS2 Xbox generation Prince of Persia, right?
Oh, is it similar?
Sort of.
It's been a while since I played it, but I feel like it is.
In terms of...
And definitely like the climbing and stuff. I just feel like Assassin's Creed was like, let's do Prince of Persia, only different.
And I mean, that Prince of Persia movie is probably the best Assassin's Creed movie that they'll ever make.
I still can't believe that Assassin's Creed movie came out. Because I didn't even hear about. I remember the trailers briefly, but I didn't know that thing fucking came out.
There is a giant advertisement for that Assassin's Creed movie in Watch Dogs 2 for some reason. It's the most hilariously stupid thing.
I was gonna say Assassin's Creed is the Mass Effect of Prince of Persia.
I feel like you're selling Assassin's Creed
Refine
a
the
little
systems and
short
give it
there.
a sci-fi story.
Oh well, yeah, okay. I would still rather play Assassin's Creed than Mass Effect. Ergo, why we are playing.
I was gonna say which Mass Effect.
I mean all of them.
Fair enough.
Like I like Mass Effect 1, but
Mass Effect 1 is real good.
yeah.
2 is alright. 2 is still good. It's not great. It's not as good as the first one, but 2 is still good, and then 3 is something else.
Let's not talk about 3.
Yeah. And then Andromeda.
Let's especially.
You remember
not.
when Andromeda killed Mass Effect?
Oh yeah.
That was this year.
Like I've seen copies of that game for like $30, and every time I see it, I go like,
I've thought about it because I've seen it on sale for $30 multiple times, and I'm like, I kind of just want to see for myself, you know, just want to get in there,
Do you though?
make a lady with a terrible face, see
you
what
though?
happens.
See,
But that's where it always goes. Is I go, do I really want to waste that money on that?
no.
Like, I've got things I can play that are actually good. Like, I've got a wish list full of games that I would actually enjoy that I could play
Yeah,
if I just went and
I'll
bought them.
I'll play
No
some
less
dumb
than that.
games because I feel obligated to. I'm going to play Knack 2. I'm probably going to play Sonic Forces, but I mean,
Oh, Sonic Forces is going to be Game of the Year. What are you talking about? That game looks amazing.
basically, you know, I have standards. I know what dumb crap I'm going to play, and I know what dumb crap I'm not going to play.
Wait, there's a villain reveal.
Have you not seen the villain in Sonic Forces? His
No.
name is like Infinity or something. And he's like a glowing black hedgehog with psychic powers throwing cubes around or some shit.
That sounds amazing.
He is straight up a fanfiction character willed into life. It's amazing.
I mean, this is the game where you can make your very own original the character. So
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
yeah.
Apparently the villain's name is Infinite. I'm just gonna post a picture of him in the Discord.
I'm gonna open up the Discord and look at this because I'm excited. Oh,
should be.
look at that guy.
Look at that original character. Please do not steal him.
I thought stealing the original characters was like the whole point of Sonic Heroes. I'm not sure.
Sonic Forces. Oh, that is so good.
Yep.
Yeah, that really is.
It's perfect.
It's like, remember Nicholas? How do we make him even more of a fan character?
Pretty
I
much.
really can't think of a more perfect like villain for a game where you make your own Sonic OC
Than a Sonic OC.
than the edgiest Sonic OC.
Amphipolis was pretty good. He was basically, what if we had an evil Shadow the Hedgehog?
What if we had an
Let's
evil
make
Shadow the
have even more
Hedgehog
attitude.
that
This time he'll have 2 guns.
that also doesn't have a mouth and just talks by tilting his head menacingly?
Yeah.
I really need you to climb this a little faster, Altair. Thank you. Like, you're just gingerly, hand over hand climbing that, and it's... you just pick it up a little bit, my friend.
Oh man, I forgot how dumb the villain in 06 looked.
Yeah,
I had to go look him up
it
because I
does.
forgot what he looked like.
Dude, his name is Mephiles the Dark.
Yep.
Like, come on.
But the thing, like the new villain in Forces is named Infinite. He's even better.
That's, you know, you're not wrong.
I don't know. I'm actually legitimately kind of excited for
Whoa.
Forces.
Looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Mania. I mean, maybe I'll be a fool to have done so, but
I feel like Mania will at least be a safe bet, 'cause that's Christian Whitehead, and he does
yeah,
good
no,
stuff.
that looks really good from everything I've seen of it. And Forces, I mean, it's basically a successor to Generations, and that was fine.
Generations was, in fact, pretty good. Do, 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 do. I want to say I was reading something that was like, I think doing these side mission stuff like increases your health bar or something weird and dumb, which is why I'm kind of idly running around and saving a bunch of citizens. It was real close to that building, Altair. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, this is looking real bad.
Whoops. Let's not slash the citizen with my sword. Slash.
Yeah, that's probably bad.
It's fine.
You should increase your synchronization rate. Yeah, no, he did that once. We don't talk about it much, but he did totally just nail that old lady in the face with the sword.
Sometimes your grandfather got, or your great grandfather got a little sword happy.
Got a little carried away. Heat of the moment.
You came along when you did. Another minute and they would have made off with you.
Can I get? Thank you. This game really has some weird camera things that I feel got ironed out in later games, where it really likes just ripping the camera out of your control and then pointing you in just a random direction. Sir, I need you to please stop beating this defenseless old lady. Just feel like we can come to some sort of agreement if you just stop that.
I mean, I understand this town sucks, but the fact that at any given point there are just like 100 guards beating up old women in the streets.
I mean, it is the poor district.
That's true. Somebody's got to beat these old people.
Someone's got to beat these old beggars. Boy, that's one for the out of context.
But they're also uniform about it. Like, there's always 4 of them. They're always standing in the same formation when they beat them.
Yeah.
Like, this is like there's protocol for this. There's standard operating procedure for beating these beggars. I forgot about the part where the enemies just writhe on the ground for a while. don't know if that's a bug or intentional, honestly. It happens so often, I feel like it has to be intentional.
Well, what it kind of looks like is happening is that they have like a canned death animation, and then there's a point at which they just get taken over by ragdoll, and then physics are just freaking out.
Praise God, you've saved me. All the city will know.
Like, look at that guy and tell me that's a natural thing. Let's go eavesdropping.
Just watching that guy flail around over there.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be. It should not be as funny as it is, considering that they are, in their death throes. But it's pretty funny.
Yeah, last minute taking the lead.
Oh wait, apparently the Mayo v Ketchup Splatfest is starting soon.
9 p.m. Pacific. I want to say.
Twitter just said in 1 hour. I didn't realize that was a Splatfest that was upcoming. For some reason, I thought that was like one that had happened.
I will be fighting for the ketchup way.
Ketchup is
more
the right
specifically,
choice.
I will be fighting against the horror that is mayonnaise.
Yeah, like that's more accurate. You're not with ketchup, you're against mayonnaise.
Double, to be fair. I also do legitimately like ketchup,
I can't bring myself to.
but more
to
unfortunately,
join
mayonnaise is evil.
one of the sides. Both sides are equally bad.
Yeah, like I don't like either candidate in this race is the thing. I don't think there's a good option here.
I'm gonna vote third party in this Splatfest and just vote for Salt.
Hey,
Yeah, like I want there to be a third like option that is just you end up as a 9th player in the match and both teams are against you. It's just you against 8 other people. They're also against each other, but you're just on your own, making your stand. It's pointless. It's futile. You're not gonna win, but you can be there and make your statement that you don't like either of these choices anyways.
from what I've been reading, apparently ketchup is very much an American thing in terms of it being more popular than mayo for use with burgers and fries.
Oh, there is a bench.
Apparently I used to like ketchup a lot when I was younger, but I guess I burnt out on it at some point because for as long as I can remember, I have not liked ketchup. Or really any condiments. I don't like anything on my food but like salt and occasionally pepper.
What is it this time? Another warning? Another execution?
I will say that like one of the
Gotcha.
things that I remember bringing up once to someone and they were fascinated by it because apparently it's like a very Appalachian thing, like this area of the country. But what's really good in mornings, like for a breakfast, is you take rice and you put a little butter in it, and then you put sugar in it.
I could see that.
I mean,
that's basically...
I've heard about sweet rice before, but I've never heard of mixing butter in with it.
It's kind of like oatmeal but rice. And
I was about
really
to say
good.
that's basically just cinnamon toast with a different grain.
Yeah. You can also do brown sugar, and it's also very good.
Yeah, that sounds fine, actually.
I will say I've never been a huge fan of sweet rice, though. I like rice, just not sweet rice. I don't know why. I prefer my rice, like, flavorless to sweet.
I generally like white rice or basmati. The exception is I do like wild rice as far as grainy stuff goes.
Oh, the eagle vision in this game is nuts.
Not huge for brown rice, though.
I don't know why. There is something I find really, like, satisfying about a bowl of rice with literally nothing but rice. Just, like, white rice, no salt, no nothing. There's something weirdly satisfying about a food that has, like, no taste. I don't know why that is.
I agree with this.
He won't meet with me. Too busy with this
Like my family was also weirded out because I like my like cereal and Cheerios and cornflakes and things like that with no sugar or anything.
Huh.
I just like the taste of like, hey, it's kind of oaty.
I'm also kind of weird like that, except I will eat cereal with no milk. And just
Oh yeah, I'm dry cereal all the way.
I like dry cereal. I prefer milk in cereal just because it is an excuse to have more milk. And I will drink milk. I can drink a gallon a day easy.
ah,
Nice.
my pickpocket has failed.
Rough.
Excuse me.
Freeze your
Pardon.
diligence.
But I don't like liquid in my cereal if it's a dry cereal.
Like I can eat dry cereals, but it's more like Fruit Loops or things like that that have a flavor. When it comes to something more like Cheerios or whatever, then I like it to have milk. Which, you know, I guess is giving it a flavor of sorts, but...
Gotcha.
Come for the free running, stay for the food discussion. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, we're all food weirdos.
It's
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
I have weird tastes, and also, like, I don't get bored of food easy, so I've honestly just been eating the same exact meal, like, non-stop for months.
Yeah, I'm definitely like that.
I did that.
I'll just buy the same
college
thing every
so
time I go to the
much.
store, and then just eat it.
Like the degree to which I did that in college cannot be overstated.
It's like, hey, I bought this thing of turkey sausage, and I bought these beans, and I bought this thing of eggs. I'm gonna mix it all together. I'm gonna throw some corn tortilla in there, and then that's a really good meal. And I'm just gonna eat this nonstop for months. Just restock on supplies as they run out, and keep going. Because I know exactly how much this costs. I know exactly where to find it in the store. I can get it and get out.
Nice. I ate like the same noodle dish for every other dinner when I was at USC. It's a good one.
Noodles
It's
are good.
I had the same
I mean,
noodle
obviously.
dish for dinner every night almost when I was in
nice.
ETSU.
What I do is udon with a blend of sesame oil, hoisin sauce, and chili sauce, and then broccoli, and if I was feeling like it, chicken.
Don't mind the man in the hoodie who clearly stole your map. No.
So sneaky.
Maximum speed.
Nothing is stealthier than wearing solid white.
There really isn't.
I mean, maybe you could go with, like, bright orange.
Camo index 100%. Gotta fight in that flower field.
That's a game that I should probably finish at some point.
Oh, Snake Eater.
Yeah.
Patchy
It's a good
slot.
game. It's really good on New Game Plus when you have the Patriot and unlimited ammo, because you can just say fuck stealth.
My secret is
To be
that
fair, the stealth is really fun, but there is something liberating about just going, like, cigar and American flag face paint and shirtless with the Patriot in New Game Plus.
To be fair, when I was playing it on easy, so I had the easy gun.
Oh, right. I forgot about the easy gun.
Because I'm a large child.
Whatever. Not everybody has time for sneaking.
Just ask Altair here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. This is looking like a last minute turnaround. Yep.
I hate
we did it
those.
somehow.
Oh, I like them when they're in my favor.
Yeah, that's always nice. I think the thing I hate the most is when you get the last second turnaround in your favor, but it's not quite enough. Like, it's where you can tell if you had a second or two more, you probably could have done it, but you just didn't quite get enough in that moment you had. It's like you
Okay,
had
there
the
we go.
chance, and you botched.
I'm now S rank across the board in all 3 ranked modes.
Good work. You've played a lot of Splatoon.
Do not think to betray my
Yep, story of my life.
We have many hearts, many ears.
It's not a bad story.
Good for silencing those who say too
There were
much.
worse things you could have played.
You have my word.
Like Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2.
Time is short.
Yep. That game's awful. I remember it being so fun. But in retrospect, man, that game is not great, especially that story mode.
You something?
I don't know what doing all of these things that in the run up to the assassination mission do, but I assume doing all of them will make it easier. That's
Probably.
generally how this works, right?
I mean, you'd assume that it's like preparation. And like all of these things will pay off at some point.
Looking for a bench. There's a bench. I like benches. Also, I feel like there is nothing sneakier than a guy in 1100 AD Middle East wearing a white hoodie just sitting on a bench staring at somebody.
With a sword.
With a sword. To be fair, everybody had swords at that point. That part's fine.
I mean, sure, like, a lot of people had swords, but most of these people you're walking by don't have swords.
That's true.
These other people on the bench don't have swords.
They're also, not missing a finger.
Yeah, and not clearly wearing some sort of weird chest strap thingy made for action. Is that just like a weird chest guard thing, or like what is that thing he's wearing? Strappy thing.
I think it's just maybe it's like a holster or something in the future, because like in the opening movie it's got like a crossbow hooked to it.
Okay. See, yeah, dude with sword and holster. And hood. Like, you look pretty fucking assassin-y, I'm not gonna lie.
But I do have like this sick cummerbund.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a nice sash. It's no, like, Brotherhood-style shoulder cape.
That's true.
That thing is the coolest. The one-arm cape is, like, the coolest thing, and it needs to come back. Like, we need to bring the capes back, but it's specifically that one-arm cape thing. Because I want one.
Whoops.
Also, like, you're not hiding from people when you just climb up the wall. So at some point, talk is going to get around about this dude with the holster and the sword and the white robes and the red sash who just, like, climbs shit, and then people die around him. And that seems like... I feel like there would be talk.
You're like one of those modern guys who dresses up as Spider-Man and climbs buildings.
Yeah.
just do flying drop kicks to people trying to sit on benches from the tops of buildings.
Yeah,
That guy was just minding his own business.
Not at all.
Was he
And
really?
you Johnny Mundo'd him.
Called for help.
Well, more like Angelico'd him.
Yeah, just give him the Angelico crossbody.
All well armed and spoiling.
That'd be a good assassination technique.
I ran.
I mean, that's
over, under,
basically
and through
the
crowd,
assassination
knocked over a few
technique.
souls for good measure, but they
Is
kept
you're
coming.
just Angelico on top of people with a tiny knife in your wrist.
There's a couple of my brothers who gather around the southeastern exit of the souk. They let me pass and then turned their attention towards the guards. Kept them distracted while I got away. Without their help, I wouldn't be here right now.
Alright, I think I did all the stuff here, so let's return to the bureau leader. Oops.
Oh, wow. How did that happen?
Whatever it is, the answer is with pure skill.
Careful planning.
I got shot out of the air by the rocket launcher of the flyfish.
Uh-oh, you're hitting the digital border.
I am. Oh, this guy's gonna talk at me.
Welcome, welcome. I've done what you asked.
Border wall? Is Mexico going to pay for it?
The Assassin's Bureau?
Yeah.
That seems like a weird name.
Also, I don't know if Mexico existed as Mexico in this time period, so I don't know how they would pay for
I'm gonna
it.
assume not really. At least probably not with the name Mexico.
Still the Aztecs and/or Mayans at that point?
A meeting is being arranged at Souk El
I feel like that would be the case, but I don't know exactly the time frame, how that lines up.
He'll be distracted with his work.
I mean, we're still pre, like...
More Tenochtitlan and all that stuff.
I give you leave to go.
1100 is pre, New World discovery.
Yeah, so I'm
By
assuming
the
all that stuff is
Europeans.
happening over there.
Yeah.
Let Al-Mualim's will be done. You may rest here.
But I don't know the exact history of all that stuff, like, prior to Europeans getting over there and wrecking shit, so...
Gotcha. Yeah, it's been a while, but I actually did learn Mexican history in high school, so
Mhm.
I should remember some of this.
I mean, we learned it, but it was mostly, hey, Cortez showed up and then, like, wrecked shit, and then that was kind of the end. And then the glorious Texan Rebellion, which we had, like, an entire year learning about.
Wonderful.
Fucking 4th grade Texas history.
Good.
Where everybody got super drunk and then died.
Yeah, they didn't tell the story quite like that back then. Back in the 4th grade class where we spent the whole of Texas history class was basically about, yeah, no, we decided Mexico sucked and wanted to join the United States, but we were too tough to join the United States, so we had to give them all these conditions, like our flag being able to be at the same level or whatever. The whole thing was very set up very like, we could totally leave the States if we wanted. We just don't. Then again, that teacher was weird that we had. She had a weird thing about, like, hey, I can trace my ancestry back to one of the people at the Alamo. Like, very gung-ho about Texas history kind of lady.
To be fair, like, we in Tennessee got, maybe not to that degree, but we also got a little bit of that version of Texas history on account of Daniel Boone being, from Tennessee.
Thank you.
So yeah, they did not tell the story quite as realistic as you know. We didn't get the whole thing, the whole picture, until you get a little bit older and read about it yourself, and then it's like, oh wait, that whole thing went down way differently than they said.
Yeah, that's fine. It's kind of hard to remember the history you learn as like a little kid anyway. I mean, once you get to like high school or something.
And also, it's
more
like,
about it.
to be fair, a lot of that stuff would not have been like the thing you tell a kid.
Right.
Like, that would be kind of hard to explain to a child. Of like, oh yeah, no, like, you can't just tell a kid everyone is assholes all the time without fucking them up.
Yeah, I kind of
When
did
you're
learn
a kid,
about
there
some
have
of
to
the
be good guys and bad guys to some degree.
I did learn a lot about like the French and Indian wars when I was a kid from my parents and my aunt because they were into that. But
I'll
and
tell
that was
you-
kind of weird, messed up stuff. Not as messed up as like some war gets, but a lot of like vague alliances and prisoners of war and disease and stuff like that.
Honestly, I'd say the thing that got messed up the most via like history classes, and like it's really obvious why, is like the Christopher Columbus stuff of like
Oh yeah,
glossing over all of the horrifying, horrible shit that man did, and just being like, yeah, he discovered the New World and did all this cool stuff, and he was like a famous explorer and did all these cool things. And it's like, oh, what about all the underage sex slavery stuff? And it's like, don't worry about that. It's like, oh, right, Christopher Columbus is like a terrible fucking person,
Right.
but all that was kind of glossed over.
Look
But
at,
fact that he
it's
was-
like, to be
he was
fair,
fucking
you can't
idiot
tell
who
kids
thought
that.
he discovered India, but they kind of glossed over that too. They at least told us though.
They were fairly upfront about that part of like he thought he was in India, but it was actually America because like yeah, he fucked up. They were upfront about that part. They were just not upfront about all the other horrible things he did, which to be fair, you
Right.
can't really explain that to children.
It is not enough.
Then perhaps you ask too much.
I mean, you can, but like
I gave you everything. Without me, you would still be
Look at this guy's eyebrows. Look at this comically evil caricature.
I was gonna
of a
say
man.
that dude looks super fucking evil.
Oh, he just spit in an old guy's face.
That's how you know.
That's how you know he is. Oh, and then he just like killed him.
Oh, I spit on him and then killed him. Is that better or worse than if he did it the other way around?
I don't know. I think they're both insult to injury.
Well, one's injury to insult, I think.
Fair enough.
Also, is it still injury if it's like death?
Yeah, I think that's kind of an injury. It's a
Yeah, but
matter
like
of
I think it
speaking.
goes. I think it goes beyond injury when you've been killed. I'm not sure if you still call it an injury when it kills you. I don't know the specifics.
Lethal injury, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, and then he like licked the knife he used. What a gross dude. You don't know where that old beggar man's been.
You don't know where his blood's been. You could have had it transfused from a pig or something.
Oops.
Also, just don't lick knives in general. Unless you just use it to slice a delicious ham.
But what if you want to be like an evil movie guy?
I mean, I guess.
All I can think of is that I don't know what movie it is from, but that thing of this is the deadliest poison known to man on my knife. I shouldn't have licked it.
Oh yeah, that like weird Japanese D&D show.
Yeah.
The hero Yoshihiko and something cast. I don't remember the name. I keep thinking I should watch it because I just see screenshots from that and they're all fantastic. But yeah, it's really good. So
Remember
yeah,
when-
like don't lick knives, people. You wouldn't lick your hidden blade.
Remember when Assassin's Creed did this weird thing about, like, when you killed somebody, you had this very long conversation about things while you were killing them? That was super weird.
Yeah, it was like they had a weird confessional thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty Metal Gear.
And then Ezio was all like,
Oh, he's fine now. It's okay.
Requiescat in pace.
Good. I look
You mean
forward
not
to ending their
Ezio?
lives as well.
Well, I mean, when it gets to Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh, does Altair not? Oh, well, of course Altair doesn't say that. He's not fucking Italian or whatever.
Stupid Altair.
That'd be really weird.
That would be super weird. I'm just gonna rub a feather on that dude's slit neck because
Hot.
question mark? Ow, Jesus. Excuse me.
All right, time to play the Run the Heck Away game.
Accurate statement.
It's too bad your weird psychic heart-to-heart can stop all those other guys from attacking you.
That's true.
But on the other hand, it's nice of them to wait until you're done.
Yeah.
It's over to the stream and TFP's freaking out in a wall.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
It's fine. Everything is going super well.
Just run,
Right?
jump on stuff, jump on people.
There we go. Check us out. We've hidden. They're gonna run away from the hay bale because they don't know where I went.
Yeah, they don't know you're in there.
Right? Who would hide in a hay bale? They're gross.
That seems crazy.
They're stinky.
Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, people didn't smell that great back then anyways.
That's true. And then you just add like gross hay that's been sitting there, and it's like pokey.
Yeah, like, God, that must feel terrible, right?
Yeah, like
The self-control it must take to stay still in that and not, like, just scratch a little bit. That's
Also-
the real superhuman power. Forget eagle vision.
Also, the part where you just land in it after jumping off a, like, 40-story building.
Yeah, and it manages to stay completely motionless. Like,
Yeah.
none flies out, you don't topple the pile.
Gratitude and my respect. Thank you. It is a shame that the other assassins continue to hold you in such poor.
It's like you become one with the hay.
Rafik, I do not care what the others think of
Just
me.
meld into it.
I'm a hay elemental.
As you wish, Altair. You should bring news of your victory
Hey,
to
Golem.
Wallet. There certainly is more work for you to do.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
I think it's really funny. Matthew Mercer got griped at on Twitter by some people for using the word golem to describe a chain golem because apparently it was offensive to Jewish viewers. So he constantly is trying to steer everyone to say the word construct instead now. But like the entire cast of the show is just constantly going, "Oh, it's a golem," and he's like, "Yeah, a construct of some sort." And they're like, "Yeah, golems." He's trying to stop it, but he can't.
I mean, isn't that kind of just established fantasy at this point?
You would think, but people on Twitter get upset about everything, so...
Yes, we're back in the Nearland.
Oh,
Hey,
good.
Make Mad, were you here when Rob and I were commenting on how much bloom there is?
No.
Okay.
Isn't
'cause-
anything biblical anymore? Can we not have behemoths and leviathans and?
I mean, probably not.
'cause I want you
Oh,
to...
Jesus, did you fall into Mirror's Edge?
I... Kinda.
Also, are you like, kidnapped at this point? Is that the thing?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the thing.
Evil
Spoiler alert.
Company.
Spoiler alert for this, decade-long game series. Holy crap, this game has been around for decades.
Why is it so bright?
I don't know.
Because it's
Is
the
the
future.
sun, like, outside the window?
Or just spend all day in
No.
some crazy-ass machine. You won't tell me what you're looking for or why you want it, but I'm supposed to be
Jesus
thanking you for
Christ.
keeping me alive.
What's the future guy's name again?
Desmond.
Is Desmond gonna get even?
But it is. Let's see.
No.
no.
I don't think he ever gets even.
Based on the way this game series goes, the answer to that is very definitively no.
I mean, he kills, like, a dude or two, right?
He kills a couple. Like he
Not anybody
well,
important, I don't think. Not, like, super
no,
important.
he does. He does.
He gets somebody.
He gets this guy. Again, spoilers for 5 games down the line.
You don't look anything like Michael Fassbender.
Well, it's good because that wasn't it wasn't Michael Fassbender in, or Michael Fassbender wasn't playing Desmond.
He was playing a different dude.
He was playing subject something or other.
Whatever.
You've probably noticed that English has become the official language of the Holy Land.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The Animus is
I don't
translating
know where I'm
speech of Dean's
going.
Bible into more modern English. So expect
I'm gonna
it to
guess
enact
it's in here
I
because
heard
this
some
light is
people
green.
authentic, but
The tank is clean.
I still think Watch Dogs should have just been like modern Assassin's Creed. Like it should have just actually been an Assassin's Creed game, and it's like, yeah, this is what the assassins are doing now.
We'll get there.
Because hidden blades are kind of dumb at this point when guns exist.
I want to say in the, like there are a couple comics that talk about like the modern day assassin stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and like I want to say that it's actually like super cool because like the modern hidden blades are like
Are they
Just-
cool slidey Derringer things that you wear on your wrist and it just shoots out and then you shoot somebody?
no, they're like
Let's go, Mr. Miles.
like sharpened wires that are super strong. Basically, like they are incredibly small and
Like the weird microfiber things,
yeah,
monofilament.
basically
Where's
like
Lucy?
a monofilament
Oh, don't
just
worry, she'll be
knife
Whip.
edge.
So why are you
Just
doing all this, Doc?
Whips are cool. People should use whips more.
You turned the television on lately? Read the newspaper? Never cared much for that stuff. Then let me sum it up for you. The world's
Also,
a mess.
just
It's
God,
pathetic.
look at this mid to late 2000s video game protagonist man.
It was
Just-
nice of them to give you this sweet assassin hoodie when they kidnapped you. Or was that passed down through the family?
I want to say the implication is like this is what you were wearing at your, because like he's a bartender or something.
Who wears a hoodie to Tinned Bar?
You expect me to believe you're building a
This
better
guy.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Also, to be fair, Desmond at least looks like, you know, I don't know what the proper word here is, but I'm going to say ethnic. Like, he doesn't look like white, shaved head protagonist man. He at least has a look.
He's vaguely tan, you know.
Yeah, he's got like the nose and stuff. Like, he has facial features to differentiate him from other protagonist men.
Yeah.
He's no Cole from Infamous.
Sort of.
I told you.
Man, Infamous guy, Prototype guy are just the most.
Oh, Prototype guy is the
Mass Effect
most, like, just dude. Prototype guy is, like, a step away from just being Randy Orton.
As long as you show us where it is. Where what is?
Sorry, I'm late.
Also, I recently heard someone describe Randy Orton as a human Godsmack album, and that's a really good description of Randy Orton, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go talk to Kristen Bell. What up, Kristen Bell? Veronica Mars was super cool.
Lie down, please.
Excuse me. How long have we been going for?
Stealth kills to create a distraction by throwing a knife,
Just an
pushing
hour.
somebody
Wow.
off a roof, or performing a stealth assassination.
There's been a lot more walking around in this lab than I expected. I thought this game was a lot more just like, yo, constantly be assassin dude. I knew it still had the future stuff.
Because this was one of the first instances of like people being upset about being bait and switched, because it was like, yo, there's weird future things in this. What?
Within which it is performed.
I knew it still had the weird future stuff. I just thought there was like less of it.
I
I
think
thought
they
it
did
was
like
mostly focused on the past stuff, and then, I mean, like every game is, but like, you know, I thought it was like 99% past stuff and then a few scenes of the future.
No.
Gotcha. Yeah, but I remember it was in the media run-up, they kind of pulled a pseudo Metal Gear in that they didn't really talk about the future stuff.
And as such, I restore
So when people got the game, they're
I'm
like,
fine
hey,
with.
there's future stuff.
go now.
I am cool with being lied to for narrative purposes. Less so if they were lying about gameplay stuff, but
Bureau leaders can tell you more about what needs to be done.
I am fine with developers lying about the narrative of their games. As long as it is in a cool way and not in a shitty way. Like, hey, being lied to about Metal Gear stuff, fine.
Yeah, I
Like,
can
being
now
lied
do
to about all the Ground
counters.
Zeroes stuff and things like that, that's cool. But being lied to in the method of, like, let's just go with No Man's Sky, not cool.
Yeah.
Were those birds inside the building and then they flew through the window? It looked kind of like that.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine, probably. Were they magic birds? Were
Probably.
they digital birds?
The birds were out of sync.
I mean, Assassin's Creed, like the assassins were big on like carrier pigeons and stuff.
Yeah, you used a lot of birds in Brotherhood.
Putting a bird in the animus.
Relive that bird's history to find out what message it carried and where. Find that bird's ancestor.
I mean, Assassin's Creed.
The bird's got to fly up the towers.
That Assassin's Creed Origins has you use a bird like a drone, and you can like mark people.
How does that work?
Don't worry about it.
Does Eagle Vision let you see through the eyes of animals?
I.
At what point does Eagle Vision turn into you actually becoming an anamorph?
Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, okay.
Also, like, I want to point out that like one of the things in the trailers for the Assassin's Creed 3 DLC stuff, that the Tyranny of King Washington or whatever, like part of that was like turn into a giant golden eagle and just
Why?
take people out. Don't
Why?
don't
Is that your
question it.
animality?
Yes.
Why does he get an animality? Is it because he's Native American? Did he learn it from Nightwolf?
Maybe I should probably buy that The Tyranny of King Washington
should
stuff.
you?
Probably.
I don't know if you should. Because Assassin's Creed 3 is already pretty bad, isn't it?
I mean, Rob doesn't like it.
No. I heard that game was actually, like, fairly terrible just from a gameplay perspective.
I
It was pretty
disagree.
hand in the press anyway.
It's totally fine. Like,
I've got a weird thing where it's not that I particularly dislike the Assassin's Creed games and the way they play. I feel like I just burned out on Brotherhood. Like, I really, really, really loved Brotherhood, but every time I've tried to play one since, I just get super bored super fast.
I don't know.
I did like everything in Brotherhood. I went and got the cool optional Brutus armor and all that cool stuff, and the dagger that just lets you fucking stab a guy in the face and neck a whole bunch.
Stabbing people in the
I just
face
kind of come
and
to the
neck.
conclusion that I'm not a huge fan of open world.
I'm actually still pretty into the big open world things. Like I would probably like it more if it was a little bit less like story. Well, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I would like one of these to be more like, say, a Metroidvania. Like I would be way into like a Castlevania game that had like an open world setup kind of like this, where you were just exploring a giant ass castle and the surrounding area or something. Like, I think there's room for that sort of thing. Like, I'm still way into this kind of game. But for whatever reason, I just can't get into Assassin's Creed. Like, Revelations and Black Flag are the two that I've tried since Brotherhood, and both of them I fell off real quick.
Well, I'm definitely not the person who does this, but to make a Dark Souls reference, I feel like that series is kind of like halfway in between pure linear and open world in terms of how it does the maps.
I feel like Dark Souls 3 is super linear.
Is it? Okay.
That game feels like
then.
there's just a path through it. There's, like, optional things on the side you can do, but, like, that game feels like a straight goddamn line. It was one of the reasons I fell off of it so quick. You have to go talk to the different assassin branches.
I guess. One of them's in Acre and one of them's in Jerusalem. But in the meantime, what if we just climbed some towers?
I mean, there are towers to climb. There's a lot of them, apparently. I did not realize this game had so many towers.
I also kind of didn't.
And this is just like, this isn't even in a city. This is like the pathway between multiple cities.
Yep.
And there are like 7 or 8 towers here.
Let's see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wow. I thought there were more, but I did get some of them on my way, on my first trip through here to Damascus. Oops. Uh-oh.
Something about the way that horse is galloping is weird to me. I'm not sure what it is.
I don't know, but now I'm horse fighting.
Yeah.
Arr, horse. Because I hit the wrong button. Don't worry about it.
Are you fighting on horseback or are you fighting a horse?
I am fighting on horseback.
Okay. That is less cool than I expected.
No, dismount the horse. Thank you.
You're just kind of splashing around wildly, and the horse is like, "Hey, dude."
This is like
Wow.
Dynasty Warriors horse battles.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
This is very similar to how you fight on a horse in Dynasty Warriors, actually. You just swing on that one side of the horse repeatedly and hope you get the other guy in the right place to hit. Some of the games let you jump on the horse to do an area attack, and that's cool.
Five of 12 viewpoints reached within the kingdom. think we might pick up all of these viewpoints and then call that part 2 of the Assassin's
That would be a good
Creed.
place to stop, probably.
Horse jumping. Oh, this horse is on a rooftop. Oh, I can't get down. Bye, horse.
I'm questioning whether that was enough hay for that to be a safe fall.
It's fine.
Don't even worry about it.
Very well.
Someone should get the Mythbusters on it if they still existed.
To be hey, hi. What if you backed up here, my friend?
Well, that horse is just on that roof forever now.
It really is.
Oh, hey, a banner. 2 out of 100. Oh, no, that's not even a banner. That's a King Richard flag. Is that different than the other flag thingy you collected?
I believe it is.
Oh, God.
Some people are going to come by and be like, so there's a horse on my house.
I mean, hey, free horse. Literally a gift horse.
I mean, yeah, you need to get it down. No.
I mean, yeah. Gifts ain't free. Oh, you stabbed that man. He's back up, though. He's fine.
There we go.
You really ate shit there.
I really did.
Well, you didn't stab that man. You just kind of awkwardly punched him in the stomach.
But I killed him, though.
Altair does realize he has a hidden... You're dead. Oh, wait, no, you're just critical.
Yeah.
I thought you were dead because your health bar went away, but apparently that is not...
Your health bar goes away if you're, like, 1 hit away from being dead, but not actually dead.
Altair does remember he has a hidden blade, right? He could just stab these guys.
Actually, okay, yeah, no, I do. I think. Yep, okay.
So I know you're going through, like, the main numbered Assassin's Creed games. How many of the other ones are you hitting?
So the plan is, as of right now, Assassin's Creed 2, whoops, I'm so dead. Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Revelations, Assassin's Creed 3, maybe Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, but more than likely not unless it goes on sale at some point, because it's currently like...
Which one is Liberation?
It's the Vita one that got ported to PS3.
Is that the one with the lady?
Yes.
Okay. I like the lady.
Which is currently like $20 on PSN, which is a little more than I would want to pay for that.
Sorry, I just saw the cliff. Anyways.
Okay. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 4 Freedom Cry, since it's PS Plus free, Assassin's Creed Rogue, Assassin's Creed Unity, and Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Yeah. That's a lot of Assassin's Creed.
That's a lot of Assassin's Creed. And probably by that point, you know, Origins will be out, and so we can, you know, throw that one on the end there probably.
Yeah, you can fight that giant snake.
I can fight, you know, Alan Moore's Snake God.
Yeah. It's probably bullshit, but just in case, you'd probably fight the Snake God. I really want the explanation for that to be that, like, it's still the Abstergo trying to make video games thing. And they're just like, no, we need a boss fight. We put in a giant snake.
What, guys? There was no such thing as giant snakes.
But we need a boss fight, though.
We need a boss, though.
I want that to actually be why there's a giant snake, is just Abstergo game devs are like, we need boss fights now. Like, better boss fights. We need cool bosses.
The snake gods tested well with the 18 to 24 demographic.
People love giant snakes.
Man, those emails are so good. We'll get there. Boy, will we get there.
I want them to never end this storyline of it's just Abstergo trying to make video games using the Animus. Like, I want that to continue because I find that way more interesting than any of the other future stuff they did.
They really like Yaiba, so they're trying to work that into their games.
Man, remember Yaiba?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You probably do. That's burned into you now. You've experienced that. It's part of your soul.
I'm gonna carry that one to the grave.
Man, people just leave a lot of, like, unattended horses laying around.
Yeah,
I feel like that wouldn't be the case. Horses are expensive.
they really are.
Now you just find them on roofs randomly.
Yeah.
Sir, I need your horse. Excuse me. Oops. Yeah. Oh, can I not? I can't pick up the banner on horseback. That's really dumb.
That's weird. You can just ride by and grab it. I really like that landing in hay, apparently, aside from defending you against all harm, also makes you basically invulnerable. Like,
Pretty
it's
much.
just completely silent. Nobody notices.
To who would notice a man jumping into hay?
Who would notice a man falling from, like, 6 stories up into a bale of hay? Like, doing
Hey,
a
apparently-
sweet dive.
Sorry, what? You cut out there? Super hard?
Hay gives you real life iframes.
Oh, yeah.
Man, real life would be weird if we had iframes. You just duck at the right time and avoid any harm.
I'm gonna damage boost my way to work. No, just like do the insurance fraud
Pushing that was
minigame, but
me.
abuse iframes and just like bumper
Just
car.
get pushed down the road by a bus to work.
Yeah.
Just keep bouncing off the front grill. Only real life had speedrun tech. Shield dash your way through work.
God, I wish.
And someone got hit by the kill plane. Or they stayed out of the battlefield for too many seconds.
Oh, excuse me. I ran over that man, and now the popo don't like me.
Did you run him over on a horse?
I did.
Rough.
Speaking of the popo,
Mhm.
man,
Yeah.
the stupid fashion police stuff is so good.
Oh, did you see the Twin Peaks thing?
I saw the Twin Peaks thing.
I'm really glad they went there, because apparently they've been parodying a lot of, like, different cop or mystery-related shows.
They did Miami Vice at one point, and that was really good. The X-Files one was incredible.
I'm not familiar with these fashion police. Where would I find them?
It's a WWE thing.
Oh,
They've
okay.
got 2 wrestlers, Tyler Breeze and Fandango, who are a tag team, who are basically obsessed with the fact that they are both incredibly handsome. So they've become the fashion police, and are basically just dressing like stripper cops 100% of the time. They've basically just been having a bunch of segments where they are parodying various police and mystery shows.
I dig that.
And they've done like X-Files and recently Twin Peaks, which is where I hadn't been paying a lot of attention to those segments. I'd seen 1 or 2, but the Twin Peaks one I had to go look at because WWE parodying Twin Peaks sounds like the weirdest goddamn thing.
And it turns
kind
out
of
you
is.
were right.
It is, but also they nailed it.
Yeah,
It's kind of perfect.
I love the fact that apparently what Fandango was saying in reverse was literally in reverse.
Yeah, he was just repeating the words in reverse, but it was reversed.
Yep.
Nice.
I think the favorite line of that entire thing is just Tyler Breeze, staring at all this happening, going, no wonder this show got canceled the first time. I don't know why, but that's what got me. He's not wrong. I'm still amazed they're letting fucking David Lynch get away with all the shit in the new season. Fucking episode 8 is just it's like a fever dream.
I need to watch this new Twin Peaks.
Fucking Jesus. I honestly don't know. There was all that talk about David Lynch fighting with the studio and leaving or threatening to leave or whatever. I feel like it had to be over that episode in particular because it's so fucking weird. It's I don't know. It's not even. It's barely an episode. There are barely scenes. I don't know how to I don't know how to describe that fucking thing. It's like David Lynch directing Fantasia.
Scenes is a real good yeah, that sounds about right.
My favorite thing was going and trying to find episode recaps of other people talking about this is what happened during this episode, and they couldn't. They couldn't find how. What the fuck? What do you say? It's there was an extended sequence of just slow-mo staring at a nuclear explosion while this one piece played, and then some stuff happened, and some other stuff happened, and there was gold stuff, and somebody threw up, and there was a weird orb with a smiley face on it, and I don't know, crazy shit happened for non-stop for an hour, and then the episode was over. Some studio exec fucking shit himself when he saw that. He was why did we agree to this? Who gave this man a budget?
Because it was awesome.
I mean, it was, but also, what the fuck?
Excuse me.
It is the opposite of marketable. There's no... I don't know how to describe it. It's pure artistic spewing. There's no, no hook.
I don't know. How did they market Lost?
Poorly.
I'm excited to see how this, even though I never got into old Twin Peaks, I'm excited to see how the new season ends. I'm excited it's getting an ending at all, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sad that I did not get on it while, with everyone else, and I just can't really get into it now. But I'm glad that people who were way into it are getting the finale, finally.
It's nice to, have... Even if you don't
Closure.
particularly have that closure, it's nice to know that other people are getting the closure that they were looking for
Yeah.
decades ago.
It's the Shenmue 3 of television.
I think the weirdest thing was finding out that my mom watched Twin Peaks, and, I never knew that. But it's oh, that makes sense. She actually would have been, that was on while she was, growing up or whatever. So it's oh, that actually makes sense.
My mom also watched Twin Peaks when she was growing up and stuff, and it was oh, yeah,
It's I never knew that. And it's oh, that's weird.
Why does everyone want to kill you, TFP?
Because I rode a horse near them, and they're hey, that's
They got
super
dust in my
rude.
face. Picking up dust, the horse probably smells, you smell like hay. You're just very untrustworthy.
Oh! Stop throwing rocks at me. I'm trying to climb this thing.
Why are you throwing rocks? This is just rude. You can't even throw knives?
That guy was so psyched about the fact that he jumped up on this tiny platform. I can't. There we go. This is going poorly.
I do like the idea of Altair just being pelted with rocks while he's trying to climb a thing.
That happens
So I
in
just got
Assassin's Creed a lot,
Nice.
where it's just like, I'm trying to climb this thing, and people are just shooting at
Man,
me.
that guy was stoked about making that jump.
He totally was.
He was so stoked that he got stabbed for it.
Damn it.
I feel like you're not gonna make it up this tower with the amount of shit being thrown your way.
I can do it. I
You
can.
just took an arrow to the face.
I can do it. Make me mad.
All right, I believe in you.
You gotta.
They really don't want you at the top of their tower.
Really do not.
Really don't. But I say fooey on them because I just made it.
I can't wait for whatever this is.
I didn't see that coming. Do I get the credit for synchronizing that thing? No. Of course not.
Really, really. Oh, I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I've never seen that happen before.
Me either. I like that
Perfect
you just kind of
timing.
like tumbled down too. You didn't fall gracefully, you bounced. Oh, that was amazing. I didn't know that could happen.
I didn't either.
Uh.
Whoops. Bad jump. Okay, here.
I was gonna ask, is there a reason you keep walking up to people and then sorting them instead of walking up to them and then shanking them?
Because I don't know what button the hidden blade is.
Okay.
Damn it. And I tried to do that with the one guy this time, but apparently what I thought was the hidden blade was not the hidden blade. Oops. Oh my god. I'm so glad that they got their climbing together in later games.
Oh, that guy is super dead. Actually, wait, that only took 1 health when you fell off. Maybe that guy's not dead.
He would have made it if he, you know, had a bale of hay to land on.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Please don't shoot me with an arrow.
I think it would have been maybe slightly funnier if it was a rock, but it was still great.
We've almost found all the viewpoints within the kingdom.
I do like that stopped you from synchronizing the point.
Yeah.
Just nope.
No.
You don't get to pose.
You can't, you know, do your cool look around thing. Just arrowed.
The camera did not get to rotate. And I understand why.
Ezio, Altair, Desmond, the ugly one.
Connor's not that ugly. Honestly, I think Altair might be the ugly one.
I just ran out of names I remembered, so.
I feel like if we want to talk about like ugly assassins, Arno, I feel like would win that.
Who's Arno?
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh. Well, he's French. That barely counts.
I feel like as much as I joke about Desmond looking like generic late 2000s video gamesman, Arno is generic late 2000s video gamesman in a game that came out in like 2014.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever seen his face not exploding.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah, he's pretty generic. And the sad thing is, I actually like his outfit.
He's got some cool ones, like, because that game's whole thing with the multiplayer is that you can customize your armor to make it
Stand
do
out.
more what you want it to do.
That's cool.
Wear that Varia suit.
Yeah.
Man, I totally need to find one of those. Well, whenever they come out, I need to get one of those Metroid amiibos. Because it unlocks the Metroid Fusion suit in that game. Also, I just kind of want one of those Metroid amiibos. They're cute. Apparently they're squishy.
Gross.
Like, apparently the Metroid part is, like, actually squishy.
Gross.
But it looks so cool, though.
I got one of those stuffed Yoshi amiibos because I also bought Yoshi's Woolly World recently. And the stuffed Yoshi amiibos are super cute. Like, actually stuffed.
That reminds me, there's still a few Wii U games I don't have that I should probably get at some point.
Is one of them Yoshi's Woolly World?
Yep.
I think... Oh, no, wait. I take that back because when I was at a GameStop recently, they had a copy of Funky Barn.
Yeah.
It was $40.
No.
That was my response. I saw it. I was like, oh, Funky Barn. Let's do it. $40. What on earth are you smoking?
No barn is that funky.
This is not the right way.
Yeah, other Wii U games I intend to pick up at some point are the Sonics. If I can find a cheap enough copy, I'll at least try Sonic Boom. See just how much horror there is in Sonic 2K14. It's kind of funny that that TV show turned out to be quite popular and the game was just like...
It's actually, like, pretty okay from what I've heard. Like...
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some bits and I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
That's right, you better run. How do I get there? How do I get to this tower? Is it like that way? It's probably that way. Ow. It's definitely this way. Watch it turn out to not be this way. And I go this way. Just like... Just watch that horse's mane pop in.
It's fine.
really wish this game's horses controlled kind of like modern video game horses, where you can just kind of hold the run button and then the horse goes and you don't have to hold the control stick forward. Because I keep itching my head and it's just like, nope.
How did the horses control in Red Dead Redemption, by the way?
It followed the path unless you told it otherwise.
Okay.
Was kind of its general thing.
Because I remember hating it.
I remember
like most things about that game.
Oh, Red Dead
I
Redemption.
really don't like Red Dead Redemption. I tried to play that thing and was just super blown away by how much I didn't like it.
That's sad.
I know. Because I heard cool things about it, and I like the idea of tying people up with a lasso and dragging them around. That seemed fun.
And sticking them on the train tracks.
Yeah!
I really like that game's soundtrack.
I can't argue with the soundtrack.
Any game that has a Jose Gonzalez song is okay in my book, of which there are like 2.
What's the other one?
Life is Strange.
Oh.
Oh, Splatfest time.
The song Crosses was in Life is Strange, and I really like.
I didn't
that
realize
song.
that was him. I probably should have, considering how much I listened to that soundtrack.
It's a good
That
soundtrack.
game is a really good soundtrack.
Again, like, as much as I kind of don't particularly care about Before the Storm or Beyond the Before the Storm.
Yeah, Before the Storm.
I still kind of want to pick it up, if only for the soundtrack.
Yeah, if only to hear what's in it.
Because that first trailer song is really good.
I have not actually watched, like, the first full official trailer.
You could just
That
watch.
jellyfish is on that squid's head.
You could just watch the
Rough.
song. It's real good. It's called Numbers by a band called Daughter.
Oh, I think I actually totally have listened to that song, like, previously. Like, relatively recently, without knowing that it was in that game. Because I know I've listened to multiple songs from that band called Daughter. They're good. I like
Yep.
them. That's kind of the thing about, like, Life is Strange is one of the first things that I noticed was, like, the songs that keep popping up in this game are songs that I actually listen to.
I know that was one thing for me, and I never get that where
That never happens, because I listen
Yeah.
to weird music. But it's like, yo, you threw Bright Eyes and Amanda Palmer at me, and I can't argue with that.
kind of the same for me, except instead of those, it was Jose Gonzalez, Angus and Julia Stone, someone else who I'm totally blanking on the name of the band, and that's very sad to me.
Oh, there's a new map.
Oh yeah,
there's
it's
a
a. I want to say I was reading something about it being like a Splatfest exclusive map. Like it'll only show up during these.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's called Shifty Station.
Yes. I want to say the gimmick to that is that like bits of the stage will rotate and be different over the course of the map. Got a long road to gallop on as we near the end of the Assassin's Creed stream for the evening.
Yeah. If only there was a cool song to play over this long horse ride. Like in Red Dead Redemption.
Like in Red Dead Redemption. And Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare.
To be honest, I would probably like Undead Nightmare more than I liked the original game.
On the one hand, maybe, but on the other hand, I feel like a lot of Undead Nightmare works if you know the jokes that kind of come from Red
The
Dead
main game.
Redemption. Yeah. Because, like,
You
while
played through all of Undead Nightmare, didn't you?
I did on stream.
Yeah, I remember I was there for some of it.
That game's fun.
it seems fun. Like I said, I wish I liked it more because I wish I was into that. But man, I just didn't like it at all. And like likewise, I'm not excited at all for the sequel they keep talking about.
Oh dear. That bridge.
Actually, well, no.
The bridge is out.
Ketchup or mayo, these are not appealing colors to ink with.
Oh, red v yellow.
I mean, it's not red. It's a and a whitish yellow.
Does it just look like a urinary tract infection happening all over the stage?
Oh
Sure.
God.
Yeah, it's like bleeding and pus and you just
Yeah.
like,
Oh, there we
I
go.
mean, it's appropriate considering the choices you have.
I got the hidden blade. I did it.
You found it out?
I found the hidden blade. That was not the hidden blade. What you were laughing at, I assume.
No, it is not. It is the part where the guy just kind of awkwardly shoved you off a cliff.
And then followed after me and died.
Yes. It is the part where you are like a goddamn Three Stooges version of an assassin.
It's.
Oh, you
fine.
hidden bladed that guy.
I
In
did.
the neck.
It's stabbing people in the face and neck.
I still really like the thing in Brotherhood when you have like the weird the Brutus knife or whatever it is. It gives you a special kill animation where you just grab a dude and shank him a whole bunch in the face and neck, and it makes everyone around you freak out and run away.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, no, that would do it. Dude just goes crazy and starts shanking a dude really fast. It's like, yeah, no, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be next. That guy's fucked up. I kind of wish I'd liked Revelations more, because I liked some of the stuff that one had going on. I liked the bombs. I liked the idea of making bombs with, like, weird poison stuff and just, like, fucking people up that way.
So Revelations is one of the other ones that I haven't actually finished. I have at least like started that one a couple times, but never actually finished it. I really like.
I made it to the point where they introduced, like, hey, here's your hook blade thing, and
Yeah.
here's the bomb making stuff. And then I explored the town for a while, just kind of, like, you know, doing the usual, going to towers, doing the thing, unlocking stuff.
That was about
But
where
I
I
just
got
kinda burned
to
out on it.
in Revelations, and then I started playing other things and never went back.
Yeah.
But I do really like the hook blade stuff. Like I feel
Yeah,
like
it
that's
seems
kind
alright.
of a weird and vaguely interesting addition. But I'm totally okay with the fact that it didn't really
Didn't come back.
yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it from what I remember, but I didn't mess with it enough to really get a feel for if it was cool or not.
It was cool and like period and location appropriate, but
My main thing was just like, hey, I like bombs. I like making bombs and chucking them and doing, like, poison gas stuff.
we did it. We've all viewpoints scaled within the kingdom.
In 1/10 of King Richard's flags.
Yep.
Just 90 more to go, TFP.
Yep. Do I have like a completion?
TFP's quest to 100% every Assassin's Creed
That's not gonna happen.
Platinum trophy every Assassin's Creed game.
This is on an Xbox.
Then he's gonna find.
so it
Then he's gonna
doesn't,
find every Riddler trophy.
Oh Jesus!
Do you remember Riddler trophies?
I do.
Didn't the first game have like 200 or something? And then like the next game had like 800
Yeah, and I
or
wanted.
something insane.
And didn't like Arkham Knight have like 1,000 or something?
I'm gonna look this up because I bet
We're not gonna end the stream until we figure this out.
I just want to look this up on the Arkham wiki. Oh wait, this isn't the wiki. This is a thing. IGN, get out of my way.
Uh-oh, catch-up mirror match.
Let's see. Apparently, in Arkham Asylum, there are 240.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. In Arkham City, there are... Let me see.
Also, because
Just
Arkham
just give me
Asylum
a
isn't
number.
that big.
Apparently, Arkham City only had 282, weirdly. I thought there were, like, way more. Let me check Arkham Knight. Give me the exact number. Why would you not just give me the number? I feel like there should just be a wiki that tells me this information.
Probably.
But instead, it's all these little guides that are like, here's how to find numbers 30 through 48 or whatever. Let me just... Da. Oh,
Well, apparently there were only 243.
yeah. Okay, okay. The number was wrong on the other thing I looked at. It was... There's only one in Arkham Origins, weirdly. There's 240 in Arkham Asylum, 440 in Arkham City, and then 243 in Arkham Knight.
I think the 440 is because they're like, it's like 220 Batman ones and 220 Catwoman ones.
Ah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that'll do it.
so, yeah.
We've climbed a lot of things that are climbable, but not all things. So the next time we will climb
more
more
things.
things.
And not every
promise
climb
you
was
that.
successful.
Or was it the most successful?
But we got there eventually.
We did.
Those towers are synchronized. Jump into that hay bale. You did.
Yeah.
Stream delay.
Anyway, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.